Brought to you by ExpressCare Health and Skin Center. Get in, get out, get better.
Welcome back to Healthy Living. If you're like me, I enjoy my sweets. I absolutely love sweets, but how sweet is too sweet? Joining me this evening is ExpressCare's Dr. Jitka Lom, who tells us the difference between artificial sweeteners. All right, Doc, so what is an artificial sweetener?
Okay, well, they're chemicals basically that are available to change the taste of your food, and they're different from natural sweeteners, which are found in, of course, fruits and vegetables and honey and so on.
Okay, now what benefits do natural sweeteners have other than other sweeteners?
Well, also natural sweeteners are usually sucrose or fructose or maltose, lactose. Those "ose" words means sugar, and they're present in foods. The benefit is that you're actually eating a food which may also have some nutritional value, hopefully, but they also give you a lot of calories. That's the negative of natural sweeteners, is that they usually will give you calories, and then you gain weight. As far as artificial sweeteners, they don't give you calories. They're usually many, many times, 200, 300 times sweeter than sugar, and they will flavor your food without some of those calories. So that's the advantage.
Okay. Now, when you go to a restaurant, they always have a multitude of different sweeteners that you can choose from, right? I mean, I see them color-coded, yellow, pink, blue, or white,
Yes.
But out of those, what is the best sweetener health-wise?
Health-wise, not to be an extremist, but most of those artificial sweeteners aren't that healthy, especially if you're using them in large quantities. A tiny little bit once in a while would be okay. But, aspartame is the one that's been studied the longest. In huge amounts, it does cause cancer in animals, not in humans. So it's still safe, but the problem with artificial sweeteners is that they keep feeding the sweet monster inside. So you'll keep craving more and more sugar. When you eat natural sweeteners, they satisfy you, and then you're hopefully done with the sweet. Sort of like if you eat a big piece of cake, you kind of don't want anything sweet anymore after that. But with artificial sweeteners, they don't affect that part of your brain. So you will still want to have something sweet even after you finish that very sweet artificial thing.
Okay. Now, we have the artificial sweeteners, but then we also have like white sugar and brown sugar. So what's the difference between those sugars?
Okay, so it's basically taste only. With brown sugar, the molasses is placed back in with the sugar, so it creates sort of like that texture, and the flavor is a little bit different. But as far as the sugar content, the sucrose and the sweetness and the level of calories and how much fat it will add onto your body, same.
It's the same, okay.
So it's not healthier even though it's brown.
Okay, when I think of white sugar and brown sugar, I'm like, okay, brown sugar's for cooking.
Right.
Because the white sugar tends to burn quicker.
Yes.
Now getting back to our sugars, do the different types of artificial sweeteners have different effects on your teeth?
Oh, well, the good thing is that artificial sweeteners really don't affect your teeth because they're non-fermentable sugars. Fermentable sugars are things like, sucrose, and, things that can kind of go bad or spoil. So as far as the artificial sweeteners, you can eat them and they will not hurt your teeth. What does hurt your teeth is when you are drinking a soda with artificial sweetener in it, because the soda is very acidic, especially if you're sipping on it for long periods of time during the day, like slowly having your Coke all day long. You're bathing your teeth in the artificial sweetener, but also the acid, and the acid will hurt your teeth.
Okay, now I know that, we always tell kids, that's enough candy. You keep on eating candy, you're going to get cavities in your teeth. So the sugar in that's kind of like a soda.
Right. So the sugar in candy is sucrose, and that one is a fermentable sugar. And when you combine that with bacteria and not very good dental hygiene, meaning you don't brush your teeth enough, you have food particles in there that will feed the bacteria too, and you'll end up with cavities.
All right. Well, when Healthy Living returns, the doc is going to answer some of our viewers' questions, so don't you go anywhere.